Hello. I'm just testing out a new starting soon screen that I got set up. Very simple though. I think it's a nice one though. Or yeah, I think it's working good, so I think we can properly get started on this. One second, my cat wants to be let in. There we go. Let's get started. So basically what the plan's gonna be is I did the chaos and story last week. So this week I'm gonna take care of, where is it? Here it is. You just got in here. Which webcomic? Did I miss one where she showed up in? Oh, you're talking about the. Oh, I see. You're talking about the most recent one, which has Lush, Aurelia, Azaland, and Diana. I see. Is my headphones on? They were not on. And we're even here in the game then. There we go. No, you guys got in here. Let us begin. Talia. Wait a second. Why is it the same way? We're good. An agent who never gave up. Elenad's second pioneer base was consumed by chaos. Heidmarie's team was dispatched. Oh, it's one of these ones. Enough with the green top. Check in Heidmarie first. He's shaking like a deer. Everyone's attention turned at once at Chloe's words. Because that was Chloe. Yeah, that was Chloe. Only then did Heidmarie clutch her trembling hands. No, that's not pretty. He's trying to get a cable. I said that, but I can't help being nervous. This might be too much for a student to handle. Heidmarie, it's not too late to turn back, if you want to. Chaos rooted in planet Elenad, the theory of illusions. The Theater of Illusion suddenly triggered an additional bloom for reasons unknown. Its influence spread instantly, consuming even Elenad's second pioneer base. Countless casualties occurred as a result, and that number continues to rise at an explosive rate even now. It was the greatest disaster Heidmarie had ever witnessed. I still like this young model. He's got the student ID. Little. Boy, every single student seems to have one of these. There's any other details I can notice. Oh, there's multiple parts, I see. But the companions remain calm. That's disappointed, Heidmarie. I thought after a few missions you'd learn to trust us. Don't worry. You won't have much to handle. Just think of it as getting used to real combat with us. Mev, talking like that won't relax anyone. I'll show you how it's done. So, Heidmarie, 3 Protoss are participating in this operation. One of them is said to be exceptionally capable, so don't be too afraid. If things get really bad, just throw Mev in as bait and run. That idiot will survive somehow. Huh? What? Evie's joke lightened the mood. Evie, the one female. Well, Evie and Chloe, Mev, and Kalia. Heidmarie took a deep breath and looked at her companions. People walking into the flames without hesitation, faces smiling as if nothing was wrong. Right, it's the same mission. No one is tense. Nothing has changed but what we have to do. Trust that. I'm the only one overthinking this. That's what she told herself. Nice little introduction to each of the team members. Young Heidmarie. We should be able to save everyone as long as we trust companions, right? Okay. Yep, easy kill. Alright, nice. Oh wait. I need to try to see if there's any different dialogue. Because there sometimes is. Parts and ability. Use the Scout Heidmarie. Okay, that's over. Not really gonna work. I know you're supposed to delete this car, but I didn't really build her. I've not really used her much. Calm down. Scattering platoon. We should be able to save everyone as long as we trust. Alright, it's the same thing. I just keep thinking it's different every time. Should get a better Diana there, because I know she's good, but. And that's easy. Dead again. Such an easy fight. Following Mev's orders, Heidmarie's team decided to split up. There's any special deadline? There is. What absolute pandemonium. How much longer until reinforcements get here? 3 hours since mission start. Brain twisted by the influence of chaos. Screams and cries of the people. Blaring alarms that numbed the ears. Reports continuing to pour into the communicator. SS Identity, 3rd Platoon, facing annihilation. Area 5, additional collapse. Rescue impossible. Requesting support. Repeat. The chaos storm raged without pause. Rescue operations can grow increasingly difficult. Mev! When even Evie showed really unease, and all eyes turned to Mev. This won't work. Mev spoke, as if coming to a decision. At this rate, all survivors will die. We split up. Right now, protecting them matters more than rescuing. Kalia, head to the civilian residential area in Area C. Evie, you're with me. We're heading to the emergency bunker in Area A. Chloe, support the first Protoss. And lastly, Heidmarie, you go to Area D. Wait a second. That's not... Didn't the note say Chloe and Heidmarie went together for the Protoss? And then Chloe split off from Heidmarie? Or is this a different mission? Because this seems like the same mission. I know roughly where everything's supposed to take place. Yeah, like this event's supposed to be like 7 years before the main story of the season 3. It's up mid-sentence. His gaze shifted to Heidmarie's trembling hands. No. You focus on rescuing civilians while we buy time. Reading intent, Heidmarie raised her voice. I can fight too. I'm a combatant agent. How can I... You're gonna fight like that? Shaking? That's an order from your commander. Okay, I just know roughly when it starts, but let's see. Well, I'm waiting for that to load. Since this is 7 years before, and I don't think it's been more than a few months timeline-wise since the game started, in like terms of the actual story, so I would put this at 2199. So the Elenad incident happened in 2199. Roughly. At Mev's words, Heidmarie fell silent. Even now, her hands were trembling. Heidmarie, I told you. It's enough for a rookie to get used to real combat. You won't be able to avoid fighting entirely. Just keep a little distance from the most dangerous areas. Understood? From Area A to D is within the Protoss assessment range. Stay within it. That's the whole Protoss protection range thing. The others seemed to feel the same as Mev. Seeing their expressions, Heidmarie had no choice but to nod. Oh, so here it is. I was right. Alright, I'll go with Kalia first. The residential area in Area C hasn't been fully consumed yet. The first chaos was said to have happened about 100 years ago, so that would be around 2106. I split up. I've said it. Split up. Oh wait, I missed that line. Once you're done, regroup with us. The communicator frequency is... I've said it. Split up. At Mev's command, everyone moved in different directions. So I was right that she did... It wasn't Chloe that she stuck with, she stuck with Kalia. Supposedly. There's an area in Area C. Reached by following Mev's orders. Rescue the civilians. I'm gonna need to double check who she went with in the note. Are you surprised that I knew the year? Really do need to build them proper decks. These ones aren't great. adjust some math based on the events they've given us. No, it doesn't. Okay, so that's quiet, so I can do that. Yeah, that's my mistake. Wait, this is just be fun. Done. Could be about 2 missions at least. Sure. Better than nothing. Quietest. And if I do that, that's an active all of those. Then just throw some more swords. Yes. Do that. So quietest. Because why not? One more sword just to be sure. Let's see, it's a 2 for this one. It was 2. I'm good at this. Smile. Yeah, I will be doing. So I will be doing the Adderhide Adderhide segment the Wednesday after it comes out. So basically the next day, I will be streaming to do the patch notes and the stream when maintenance starts. So you look forward to that as well. Yeah, I will be streaming for part 2. Heidmarie recalls Kalia's advice. So it's got a mix of both. I really like that. Transferring survivors. Male in his 30s, suspected left rib fracture. Scalp laceration, no sign of bleeding. I'll leave the rest to you. As soon as Heidmarie handed over the bleeding man to the Pioneer base agent, she asked, "Has the number of missing persons been confirmed?" 39 people have been counted by officials. We've just rescued 3 more. They had 42? No, Heidmarie, take a breather first. Ignoring the suggestion, Heidmarie rushed back into the scene. She shouts into the communicator. "This is Heidmarie. 3 survivors secured. Currently re-entering the scene. Requesting situation briefing." The communicator emits a brief static noise. Static. With the communicator, the sounds of intense combat mixed with monster roaring could be heard. This is Kalia. 4 agents currently holding position at residential area 43-1, 3rd floor. Maintaining blockade against monster entry to 1st floor. Multiple hostiles. Continuous pressure. Heidmarie. Remaining personnel? Even at the simple request, her mind went blank. The withdrawal of combat agents depended on how quickly she could rescue the survivors. She took a deep breath and said to herself. Reporting. Total of 39 missing persons counted. 10 newly confirmed deceased, 3 rescued. Maximum expected estimated survivors, 26. After a brief silence, a response came back. The noise over the radio was growing louder. Confirmed. 6 civilians taking shelter on 2nd floor of residential area 43-1. Proceed to that location and recover remaining personnel. What's the route? East corridor collapse. Use west staircase. Be cautious. There may be remaining hostiles. Understood. Ooh. I'm gonna collect this. It's a nice background. As she tears open the door, she sees a trembling family of 6 people. To reassure anxious civilians on site, rescuing agents must always smile. She recalls the advice Kalia once shared. Heidmarie forced a smile. Where's your smile? Everyone, please don't worry. You're safe now. Is anyone having difficulty moving? This is Kalia, 1 Agent KIA. Retreating from residential area 43-1, 3rd floor. I repeat, retreating from residential area 43-1, 3rd floor. Heidmarie, if you're on the 2nd floor of residential area 43-1, get out as quickly as... Heidmarie lowered her voice, concealing Kalia's transmission. Observers mustn't become anxious. Heidmarie is running urgently, carrying a rescued child in her arms. Please hurry, the shuttle is about to depart. Though she used the shuttle as an excuse, the slower the survivors moved, the longer Kalia and agents would have to remain on site. Without realizing it, she found herself asking the rescue to hang in there. As they reached the point where the pioneer base was visible, she shouted. There's one you can see over there, I'm sorry, but I need to return to the field. Heidmarie set the child down and turned around. She turned up the volume of her communicator again. Wait a second, did she say she... That's a mistake right there. It's supposed to be lowered the volume. You see, she just turned up the volume. In the same moment, the radio crackled over the public frequency. A middle-aged woman appeared before Heidmarie. The woman was appearing at the debris of a collapsed building. Please help! There's people sleeping with her. My husband. Wait a sec. That's this is the scene from season 3. The flashback scene that she has. This is Mev. Isolated. Requesting support. This is Evie. Requesting support. Please help. He's a man who's worked his whole life. He's devoted his entire life to me and our family. In this moment of conflict, someone's voice echoed in Heidmarie's head. Promise me, Heidmarie. You have to promise. Here's the decision. Heidmarie looked back and forth between the communicator and the collapsed building, and made her choice. Because that was the promise. Please guide me to your husband. Thank you. After rescuing the middle-aged woman's husband and 3 additional people, Heidmarie picked up her communicator. Yes, she did. She wanted to save her friends and her hero, but she knew she couldn't because she made a promise to protect others. This is Heidmarie. Kalia, requesting status support. This is Kalia. Currently 1 agent and I remain. Kalia's voice breathless. Protecting 4 civilians. Can't hold out much longer. Agent Heidmarie, requesting support at residential area 34-2. I repeat, requesting support at residential area 34-2. Kalia is requesting support. Heidmarie felt her blood run cold, because Kalia is the one who's like always, oh, they'll survive. Heidmarie, entering field now. Confirmed 1 entry breaking away. High probability of contact. Maintain vigilance while moving. As Heidmarie headed toward the field, a monster had broken away from the group revealed itself. Don't stop me. Oh hey, it's 7 fingers. 7 arms, not 7 fingers. Such an ugly mount. All of the Chaos Cult people are so ugly looking. Man, that's a dead monster. Actually just stands there as her sword just chop, chop, chop. Talia, am I too late? After defeating the monsters, she stood up. Too much time had been wasted. Even during combat, she had heard Kalia's transmissions over and over. This is Kalia, requesting support. This is Kalia. All agents except me have fallen in combat. I repeat, all agents except me. It is unique. Can't hold it any longer. Civilians are dying. No. This is... Heidmarie, where are you? Heidmarie recalls Kalia's last transmission as she sent her signal. Kalia, I'm re-entering now. Sorry it took so long. Then with a tremendous sound, the ground shook. Building 34-2 where Kalia had entered began to collapse. Heidmarie stood frozen, watching the scene. Kalia? Kalia. If only you'd been a little faster. If only you'd been a little stronger. Could I have saved you then? There's the first grave, so that's Kalia's grave. And speaking of the ugly things, like, of the whole Chaos people, so many people didn't know that Soul Collector is female. And don't worry, I'll get all of the other missions done later, but since that's not story related, I'll save that for later. I do like this background though. Wait a second. They showed it was that one for Kalia, but now it's this one? Which one is it? Mevanivi. Kalia's one of the males. One of these is a female. And the other one's Chloe, of course. Here was beginning. Heidmarie has no time left to hesitate. Heidmarie clawed at the ground until her hands bled. She forced her fingers into the cracks of broken concrete, scraping, digging, pushing deeper. Kalia! Kalia! She gripped her greatsword and struck the debris again and again in a frenzy. Metal shards and stone fragments scattered, but nothing changed. Only one truth became clearer. She can't get her out alone. Whenever she stopped moving, the surrounding silence, like all life, had suddenly gone still, but unbearably eerie. There's no way Kalia would die like this. She has to be alive under this rubble. She's not the type to give up. She's still holding on. Just hold on, Kalia. I'll bring help. In the end, Heidmarie headed toward Area A, praying Kalia was alive. She was pregnant. We're Evie and Mevar. They'll find a way. Once they know Kalia is trapped under the debris, they'll come. When Heidmarie reached Building A, other agents blocked her path. I said you can't go in. Monsters are swarming. Going in with this manpower is suicide. There's 2 people inside. You think I don't know that? But if we die going in, what's the point? I understand the situation wasn't difficult. The choice she had to make wasn't either. As long as Mev and Evie were inside building A, there was no time to hesitate. Kalia is waiting. Please move. Heidmarie said as she stepped toward Area A. I'll go. But let's see. That means we know of 3 combatants who were mothers or are going to be mothers. We have, what's her name? I'm blanking on her name, but she was the woman in, a part of Judas' team who died. She was a mother of Ozelant. No, Ozelant. Then there is Serenio's mother who got her infected because she was pregnant while in combat, and then we have Evie who died while pregnant. So yes, like, mothers should just stop going into chaos. It's bad for them. Mev, Evie, please help Kalia. I have none. That's exactly my point. It's like, why are you going in pregnant into chaos so you know it's bad for you? You're just putting yourself and your future child in danger. 2 more. Okay, so I'd say probably good to do 2 through 4 because those will probably not be in the rewrite. So it's really just Act 1 that's going to be changed. But like I would say, you probably do need it for the context. It's not a bad story because like I've read worse stories, but it's not a great story for Act 1. The beginning's good, it's got a weak middle for the most part, and it's got some nice stuff in the ending part. So it's really just that's how I'd rate it. It's like, it's got good in the beginning, and then there's some epilogue stuff which is nice, and then going into 2 through 4 starts getting much better. But if you want to wait to the rewrite, that's also fair. Yeah, it's not great, but it's not bad. for Act 1. No, it's the rest of skill. That's why. Oh, okay, that's technically speaking, that's spoilers, but it is possible. That's over. Alright, I forgot to fix the text so you can actually see it in the chat, because it's there, but it's like hard to see. I need to fix that. That's also fair. And by Collier Tragica, you're talking about Judas. Yeah, a lot of people's favorite character in Act 1 is Judas, by the way. Can't do anything with that if I don't have any cards in my discard. And Judas is a cool guy, I will say that. I also do like Judas. He is a very well-written character. He's like, you can see he's not evil, but he's just been twisted by what's happened to him. I don't think that's gonna work, but I can give it a try. Oh, it did work. It's like a quietest I can do this. Oh. Yeah, and like, in the second he got back, he was continuing to be lauded as a hero, and he had to take care of the children of the people he watched die in front of him. With life in danger, Evie makes a request. Heidmarie pushed through the hesitant SS agents and entered the Area A alone. She cut down the monsters in her way and kept moving forward. She had never imagined she could move like this. It wasn't courage, just desperation. She told Mev and Evie that Kalia was trapped under the rubble. Ellen had 2nd Pioneer Base, corridor leading into the command center. In the middle of a hallway littered with bodies, Heidmarie found Evie. Evie! What do you don't know about Lewis? Like his motives, what you think about him, or what? Evie leaned against the wall, covered in blood, her head lowered. Heidmarie rushed over, nearly stumbling, and began treating her wounds with trembling hands. Get up! Stay with me! What happened? Evie, please! Who's that? Evie slowly lifted her eyelids. Isn't our little Heidmarie already done saving everyone? The words about Talia caught in her throat. Evie wasn't in any condition to help anyone. If anything, she was the one who needed help. With a smile like she would for a survivor, Heidmarie spoke. Evie, we need to pull back first. Your injuries are too severe. If you wait any longer, you'll... No. What? Evie was pleading. Heidmarie, Mev, you can bait for me. You drew the monsters deeper inside. By now, he'll be alone. Help Mev. You have to. Get up together, please. Heidmarie suddenly looked down the corridor. Take Evie and escape, or go deeper to save Mev. Heidmarie whispered to Evie. Evie, I'll bring Mev back as fast as I can. Just hold out on a little longer, okay? We got 2 more right here. Where are you, Mev? I heard you needed help. Ooh. Yeah, that's where to go. Sure, get it. Did any affect this being slow? There are some proper designs of the other members. That should work. I guess I did. It's 3. They're in that one. So slow. Just a little. Oh, yeah, that's it. Oh, there she is. With his life in danger, Mev makes a request. Mev's request. This is Heidmarie. Mev, can you hear me? Resistance shades sent hundreds of more times while heading toward the interior of the command center. Static. No answer came, but Heidmarie tried persistently. This is Heidmarie, please respond. The radio signal was poor due to chaos influence. The interference was getting worse. Also, this is another evidence of how new the modern life core is. Because we knew the event from Judas did have the modern life core, so they're the big bulky ones. This emergency mission in Terra Scion didn't have it either. And also they mentioned that they had to use normal ships to pick up people rather than using the warp technology, so it seems the SS Identity also lacks the same level of warp technology as the Nightmare or other Empire ships have. Finally, Heidmarie pulled lead into the communicator. Mev, can you hear me? It's Heidmarie. Please answer if you can hear me, please. Kalia's trapped under the building. I need help. Evie too. Evie's bleeding so much. There's the hollow eyes. I think it's crazy that both hero characters we've met, Judas and Heidmarie, both lost everyone they knew within 3 years of each other. Marie. Mev, is that you, Mev? Dear Marie, the signal, unstable. Please wait, I'll go deeper inside. Heidmarie felt relief at Mev's voice and headed deeper into the command center. Her anxiety about her dying companions far outweighed her fear of the monsters she might encounter. Mev, can you hear me? It's me, Heidmarie. I hear you, Heidmarie. What's the situation? Just with Evie, Heidmarie couldn't bring herself to tell Mev about Kalia. It is like a connection. For now, she only mentioned Evie. I found up with Evie. Mev, Evie's not in good shape. I gave her first aid, but I don't know how much longer she can hold on. Who are you, Mev? I heard you needed help support. It is like a curse. I fought on monsters my way here too. I can help, so if you can tell me your location, I'll come to you. Let's take Evie and get out of here together. Mev? I wish we could, but I don't think it's going to be possible. Heidmarie froze in place, stunned. What? The injuries are too severe to move. I can't secure an escape route either. Evie's still holding on, right? Mev. Heidmarie, I have a favor to ask. In Mev's firm tone, Heidmarie's lips trembled. What? If you promise me just one thing, I think I'll feel much better. We risk everything to rescue people, but I have a personal wish too. Protect Evie, Heidmarie. Just that one thing. Can you promise me? Mev, all of us together. A monster's roar echoed through the communicator. Mev urgently sought confirmation. Heidmarie, promise me there's no time. Heidmarie answered through her tears. Yes, I promise. I'll definitely protect Evie. At Mev's promise. At her promise, Mev's voice became much more at ease. Thank you. Soon after, a horrific scream rang out over the radio, then cut to nothing. Heidmarie, who had been frozen in the nightmare, turned around in an instant. This wasn't the time to grieve or despair. To keep her promise to Mev, she had headed back to get Eve. But at that moment, a monster crawled out from the end of the corridor, shaking the building. To keep the promise. Eve entrusted Mev to her, and Mev entrusted Evie to her. Absolutely ugly woman. I just realized she's got a noose. She's got a noose tied around her waist. That is a very nice detail, yes. There we go. And that's a dead woman. Do they resent me? Blood flowed, obscuring her vision. Let's say. Area A, okay. Her exhausted body trembled, losing control. Something was wrong with her leg too. It was hard to walk straight. Still, Heidmarie got up and moved toward Evie. Supporting herself with blood-soaked hands, she turned down the corridor. Evie, Mev said she'd come later, so we should head back first. Where Evie should have been, only bloodstains remained. Heidmarie's body, which had been struggling to hold on, slowly collapsed. Evie? Her dust-covered fingers groped across the sticky pool of blood as if searching for the person who had been there. But no answer came. I'm gonna go here and just claim this. Every single scene with every single grave. Mev. Evie. Thanks to the two of them guarding Area A, countless lives were saved. You know what? If it weren't for those two, the monsters would have pushed all the way to the command center. Heidmarie laid Evie's notebook before Mev's grave. Inside the notebook was a hasty, scribbled sentence. Mev, we're having a baby. You're in big trouble now. Evie, I'm sorry. Mev, I'm sorry. Heidmarie closed her eyes in apology. I think I was faster about that. Three out of 4. Okay, so I believe I have those exact numbers because I measured it. Where is the measurements? I don't have them written down. Okay, so the SS identity is 90 SS nightmares long and 33 tall. I think I knew. How about these? Toward the Protoss, the hero I long to see. Reserve her comrades, Heidmarie searches for someone. People at the rescue unit base camp murmured as they looked at her. The number of civilians Heidmarie had rescued had already far exceeded double digits. Some asked who she was, some compared her achievements to the Protosses, and others said she was the hope of this operation. But it never meant anything to Heidmarie. It couldn't. Her achievements were numbers built on the sacrifices of Kalia, Evie, and Mev. No, it wasn't sacrifice. It couldn't be. She tried to think that way. Please help me. Yeah. SS Nightmare is, and the SS Identity is a pseudo arc. The arcs are the really massive ships, which, for example, the Arc Haven is said to rival the size of planets. So like so they have planetary sized ships. So like the SS Identity being a pseudo arc makes sense. Please help me. Handing over 3 children, Heidmarie spoke to the agents at the base camp. My companions are missing. I saved a lot of people. If there's any manpower left, even a little, please help me find my team. Heidmarie, you and the agents are at your limit. The chaos contamination level is rising. The protoss will be returning here soon. If we keep this rescue operation going, it'll just lead to more meaningless losses. Let's stop. The agent's words didn't reach Heidmarie. Kalia's desperate cries and Evie and Mev's final pleas filled her ears, drowned everything else out. That is a good question. Please, please. One of the agents who would have been watching, now in front of her. Alright, I'll take you to the Protoss, but after that, you need to rest. To the Protoss? Only then did Heidmarie remember that Chloe was with the Protoss. With the two of them, they could surely save the missing team. The Protoss is currently commanding a few agents in the deepest part of Area B. The route might be dangerous. Are you sure you're okay with that? Heidmarie nodded without hesitation. Yes. Did they... One second. The archive. Or... Yeah, that's the Archaven. So, looking at it, it's probably somewhere in here that they have the, what's it called? The command post. Maybe up here, somewhere in this central column is where the command post is. This is like the plaza area over here. Wait, no. I see those windows right there. That's the command post where the ship's piloted. Right there. That's... Probably each of those windows is probably bigger than the SS Nightmare. By the way, something cool with this. You can quick tab through all of these to go to different related ones. It's so nice. I have no doubt that the Protoss and Chloe will save everyone. Well, this Protoss can't rewind time, so I highly doubt that. Are they going to join the death toll of Protoss? Or are they actually going to survive this? That is the question. Oh. I needed one more AP. Oh well. Oh. At least 2. That was easy. Oops. Oh, whoops, it's already over. It's 4 battles. Alright, I forgot that this one is always different. That was 2. Everything. Whoops. Put it on this. That would have worked. But hey, hindsight. Depends on what you mean by know each other. Because, like, a lot of them haven't met. Like, we have, like, the characters we've yet to meet is Keiron, Rin, Jugo, any of the white hair, Veronica. We've met all the forces besides Selena, Nia. So we've met like half of them. So it's like, if they've made it to the nightmares, they probably know each other, but they haven't made it to the nightmare yet, they do not. Wolfenstein and SID, they probably know of each other. But like, Wolf Platoon has met 9 Typhera and Rita, as well as Nightmare Crew. quietest, quietest. Yeah, that's the best move. Then discard these two. Do that. Do that. Drop some swords on him. The shortest character in the game. She's shorter than Heidmarie. And it isn't even close. Just to be safe. Just to be safe. Oh, whoops, that's dead. But based on what I can tell, she is shorter than Heidmarie. I don't have her in my hands to know for sure. Yeah, she's probably in her 20s. Maybe younger, probably younger than Luke and Lucas, who are 24. Maybe. She's a very short adult. Oh, look how perfectly this is happening. It's almost like I perfectly planned that. Just keep waiting, just keep waiting. Hey, big dude. Take some swords to the face. And this is the NPC Heidmarie. Grounds for stupidity. That's a name. The reason Heidmarie always prioritizes rescuing civilians. His identity engagements guided Heidmarie deep into Area B of the second Pioneer base, where the Protoss command the agents. The Protoss directing operations across a radius covering 4 areas at once proved the capability. But it also meant Heidmarie and the agents had to push deeper into chaos, which was far from reassuring. Even as she moved toward Chloe, Heidmarie didn't stop rescuing people. Breathing heavily, bleeding, she never broke her promise. That was to always prioritize rescuing civilians. Even in a desperate situation, there was only one reason she clung to that vow. Because Chloe had made a promise in return. A promise that won't be fulfilled. That she wouldn't die, at least not in front of her. As long as Heidmarie kept her promise, Chloe wouldn't break hers either. Heidmarie, over there, it's the Protoss. Heidmarie snapped back to her senses and looked ahead. Just as the agent guiding her had said, she saw the Protoss, and beside them, Chloe, guarding the Protoss. What the? Damn it. Instead of relief, a curse slipped from the agent's mouth. No explanation was needed. Countless monsters were swarming toward the Protoss. They had already looked pushed to their limits, and a few agents remained, all of them were in poor condition. The defensive line was collapsing under the onslaught. The moment she saw it, Heidmarie didn't hesitate. Before anyone could stop her, she threw herself into the flames. The curse! It's still here. We're almost there, right? Chloe, please help me. It's literally an impossible to escape curse. Nowadays chaos was crazy. Yeah, there was some people that did think that Tiana was gonna be a combatant. I remember. Some partners do have really nice design, that is true. It's already over. not giving up. Your name's Chloe, but the Protoss. Chloe. After clearing the surrounding monsters, Heidmarie rushed to Chloe. Chloe, are you okay? Are you hurt? Why did you come here, Heidmarie? Any sort of shout left her speechless, but it didn't take long to understand why. A man collapsed at the edge of her vision. His body was covered in wounds. Blood poured from the hole in his pierced chest. Heidmarie, did you accidentally kill the Protoss? It was the Protoss, but the Protoss should have had a life core. How? So there is life cores, but it's probably in limited use right now. I told them to initiate the emergency recall, but they refused. That if they left, everyone would die. They had to hold out for us until the E. Tension her lips. Laura grabbed the communicator and relayed the news. Code Black. Protoss Uric confirmed dead. Repeat. Code Black. Remaining agents are holding position. Request the Protoss support at Area B comm station. This area is higher risk. All of our units prepare for combat. Hydra's mind went blank. If the Protoss is dead, then the others? The ones that left behind to keep my promise to Chloe? Can they hold out until another the Protoss arrives? So we know they all came from the same school on our Tryon. We know that they are all made artificially. We do not know why our Protoss is special. Just that they're different, and they can rewind time. And as far as we're aware, no other agent has this, or combatant has. Protoss has this power. Otherwise, this guy wouldn't be dead, or Gregion wouldn't be dead either. Gregion wouldn't be dead. He wouldn't be dead. Judos's Protoss wouldn't be dead. Emma wouldn't be dead. Asuna wouldn't be dead. Heidmarie. And Chloe's call, she came back to herself as the monster's roar split space between them. Chloe spoke. We deal with that first. The Protoss has fallen. In this chaos, there's no way back. Cruel Bone. This monster attacks more times per turn until it ends its turn. Ugly face. Oops. That was my mistake. Ooh. Didn't so little. There you go, forearms. That's amazing. Whoops. Press enter too early. And that's him dead. Chloe. Chloe, you liar. The surroundings grew increasingly chaotic. Before long, it became impossible to even tell which direction led to escape. Monsters closed in, but Heidmarie felt a strange sense of relief. Companions were by her side. Chloe, Shh. Broke out of Heidmarie and picked something up from the ground. Heidmarie, take this. It was a life core. With this, one person can return. Probably the Protoss' life core. Heidmarie, you go back first. What? You're a mess. How did you even make it this far in this state? Chloe said as she brushed back Heidmarie's hair. Go back first. I'll follow right behind you. Ow. Only one Protoss wasn't deployed for this operation, right? I sent a support request, so we just need to hold out until another Protoss arrives. Everyone's together, so we'll be fine. Looking around, the agents whose eyes met hers nodded. Heidmarie, go back first. We promised, didn't we? That you'd rest once you reach the Protoss? But there's still so many monsters. So would you be any help to us if you stayed? What? No. You'd just be a burden. I can be helpful. That's what I should have said. Those words weighed heavily in Heidmarie's chest. I'll catch up. I need to get this close up. I like collecting facial expressions. Chloe, actually, there's something I need to tell you. Heidmarie mustered the last bit of courage and told Chloe about her companion's situation. Chloe's expression hardened for a moment. Everyone? I'm sorry. If only I'd been done a little better. After a moment of silence, Chloe pressed the life core into Heidmarie's hands. I understand. I've heard. Chloe, you'll really come back, right? Do you remember the promise I made? Chloe's promise was that she would never die in front of her. Heidmarie nodded. That's enough. Chloe contacted the Protoss' mothership. The life core began to respond. In her fading vision, Heidmarie's eyes fell on Chloe. See you again, Mari. I thought it was Mary with an E at the end. Chloe smiled. The operations results matched what's written in the report. Agent Heidmarie, you truly did well. Everyone will praise you as the hero of this disaster. The report was filled with details of the personnel Heidmarie had rescued. The record showing the rescue of over 100 civilians trapped inside the chaos. The elimination of dozens of monsters, including high-risk entities in the process. You see someone's father, mother, and someone's precious child. You should be proud. It was an overwhelming achievement for a student to accomplish. However, Heidmarie's eyes were fixed on one spot. At the bottom of the document, written in small letters. Deceased agents, Mev, Kalia, Evie, Chloe. Bodies unrecoverable. Blood drops fell into the report. Liar. Chloe, you liar. Heidmarie clutched her phone and began to cry out loud. Heidmarie placed her hand on Chloe's grave. If only I hadn't gone. If only Chloe used that life core. If only I hadn't shaken Chloe with the other stories. If only we promised not to die for each other, rather than not dying in front of each other. Heidemarie's eyes are really nice, they are. If only we promised not to die before each other, rather than not dying in front of me. Chloe, you regret bringing me onto the team, or... Mario, Act of Atonement. A new hero. The reigning actor takes the role of the hero for the audiences who have left. Now, our hero, Heidmarie forces another false smile. Oh, it's the adult version now. Heidmarie became a hero. Cheers and praise from countless people surged toward her like waves. Articles flooded in, and interview requests never stopped. Her name was already being consumed as a symbol. But Heidmarie couldn't tell the truth about the day. That's not what people wanted to hear from her. In the end, she'd only wear a fake smile and repeat the same scripted lines. Miss Heidmarie. Behind her base leaves deep scars in everyone, but your actions have inspired many. We've heard that you've never stopped rescuing people until the very end. It wasn't something I did alone. We all worked together. Everyone was brave. But if you have shown the level of performance you have, you're very humble. One last question. If the same situation happened again, would you make the same choice? Oh! One of Heidmarie's excursions, she asked this question of you. That if it was a situation where people would die, like your friends would die, but you can save a lot of people, would you make the same choice? Dozens of camera lenses turned toward her at once. That just swallowed her vision. Heidmarie slowly opened her mouth. Yes. We know her actual belief is the opposite. She would not have. Or she would not have wanted to. The youngest mayor ever. The hero of the civilians still seeks help. Heidmarie retired as an agent. The official region was injured sustained during a rescue operation. Many people expressed regret while wishing the hero a new beginning. It is a painful question. She continued to various activities even after retiring. She raised funds for victims of the Elenad incident and fallen agents, and personally visited sites that improved their lives. She met many people in the process. Some thanked her and found comfort, and others resented her. Heidmarie did not avoid their gaze. She believed all of it was hers to bear. Also, this is the evidence that Heidmarie was not injured, it was just the official statement, because the actual reason was that she was depressed. Because there's some people that ask me, like, hey, why is Heidmarie still injured? Was she ever injured? She was not. That's just what they said. Because it's the easiest way to say, hey, she didn't want to do that anymore. Years passed like that. Over time, people were moved by Heidmarie's unwavering sincerity. It began as quiet respect, gradually turned into expectation, support, and admiration. Heidmarie eventually rose to the position of mayor of SS Identity. Standing on the podium, she looked over at the endless crowd. People cheered and called her name. Heidmarie raised her hand and smiled at them. As a rescue agent should, she forced a smile for everyone. But all comes back when she closes her eyes. The moment Kalia was crushed beneath the rubble. The fading warmth of Evie lying helplessly. Nev's voice asking her to take care of Evie. And she locked eyes with Chloe in the last moment. The cheers fade, replaced with the noise of that day. Screams, collapsing structures, the roar of monsters. Heidmarie is still trapped in that day. the day of reunion. Heidmarie continues her act for the day they reunite. Yes, Sokka? Everyone, I'm here. You know what? I became mayor of the SS Identity. I'm not sure why, to be honest. They say there's no one in the SS Identity who cares about the citizens as much as I do. Or something like that. When in truth, I'm not in any position to be here. Heidmarie spoke when she pulled out the weeds growing around Kalia's tombstone. Kalia, you would certainly be a much better role model for everyone than someone like me. With your dignified appearance, you'd have so many fans. So clumsy and showing your side so too often. Heidmarie brushed off the pollen that had accumulated on Evie's tombstone. Evie, I want to be a source of strength to everyone like you were. Make people smile when they're sad to keep the atmosphere going. It's not as easy as it sounds. I just end up making things awkward all the time. Heidmarie smiled as she looked at Mev's tombstone. Mev won't become as dependable as you. I became mayor, but the distrust toward me never ends. No matter how high of a position I reach, I can't hide my true nature. If it were you, Mev, that wouldn't have happened. And Chloe. Heidmarie pressed her forward against the grave sheet and whispered. I miss you, Chloe. Every time I close my eyes, the nightmare of that day returns. She looked at her companions. Everyone, do you still resent me? I keep trying my best to atone to all of you. It's not enough, is it? If only, of course not. If only I'd been more competent. If only I'd been more like all of you, maybe no one would have left my side. Something about the arrangement of the tombstones, though, right? In her ultimate, where her ego skill, she presses her forehead against Chloe's tombstone. Every time. It's Chloe's tombstone. Another thing, Mev and Evie, they're facing each other. Because it was lacking everyone. Still, I'll continue to decide just a little longer. Mayor, hero, titles that don't suit me at all. But all of you would surely have worked hard for the SS Identity for any position. If it's work you would have done, then it's now a burden I must carry. Because I'm the one who survived in your place. Keep trying my best. I'll keep staying strong. When we meet again. When I reunite with you all before long. Please forgive me, just a little then. Before she knew it, tears were streaming down her cheeks. I'm sorry. I'm truly sorry. Everyone, I'm so sorry. waiting for forgiveness that would never come. Heidmarie remained before her companions' graves for a long time. I need to finish those stuff. So what have you thought of Season 4 so far and like this event? Yeah, it's a really promising start. And I've said this like before, and like when I was going through it and when I was talking to Discord, right? That this feels so different from Act 1, Act 2, and Act 3. It feels so different. The whole way it's structured, the way they do scenes, the way they have scenes go from one to the next, the way that things are referenced in earlier parts that are brought up later, the whole structure. It's entirely different. I don't think they will. I think it's got a lot of promise, and I think it will work well. Because like they've already. The one thing I'm curious about is like, part 1 didn't have Adderhide at all. Heidmarie was there. She's doing those scheming stuff, and like her assistant her manager is clearly the one under the mask. But like, a lot of questions to be asked. So. Do I have any polls to do before I sign off? Not gonna use any of that. No. I do have 36 of that, so. Might as well. I do want to complete my Pokédex so I can collect all the lore. I was missing Kairon and Maylin, so might as well just do one poll at the end of the stream. That's what I do, and if I have the stated polls, I do a 10 poll at the end. Nothing there. Oh. Got a Rachel. Do we need a double 4-star? Or is it just me the one? What Japanese website? You wanna go now? Okay, let you out. Yeah, just a 4-star. all of that. I think I got enough dice that I can start doing this. Okay. If you're able to find what that is, you can just send over the link and I can look into that. See what they're talking about up there. But yeah. With that, that is everything that I had planned for today to cover. So, take care, Protoss, and until 0 turns 1, and make sure to keep me informed of the lore and story of KSO Nightmare. Keep her out.